you're going to help me find some missing angle measures. So it's in number 1, we have these 2 parallel lines cut by a, what's that called, that line that's cutting through those parallel lines? This is the T. A transversal, yeah. So we have parallel lines 1 and 2 being cut by that transversal, forming angles C and A and H and some others that aren't named. They want us to find the measures of A and C. So anybody have any idea where we could start to find the measure of A or C? Where could we start? We just might have to insert an angle in there we call X or something. It's fine, little x. We might have to name one of those unnamed angles. I think it's going to take more than one relationship here. Any ideas what we could do here? Would you mark right now on your papers with your pencil, would you mark with just a little x, so put x degrees, the angle that corresponds with angle H? Would you mark for me the angle that corresponds with angle H with a little x degrees? In the same position. There's where it should be. Is that where you have it? Only corresponding is the only angle that corresponds with angle H. Okay, well, so now, right now, we should then be able to say that x is equal to what? 60 degrees. So we're going to say that angle H, let's go over here to the side and let's put our justification. Angle H and angle little s are corresponding that's their relationship. So since those two are corresponding, we can say, we go up here to our drawing and say that this is 60 degrees because angle H is 60 degrees. Well, does that help us any? Could we find A or C now, maybe? Okay, what kind of relationship could we set up with either A or C with that little x that we just found? Okay. Supplementary? Okay, which angle do you want to work with? Which? A? Okay, so Caden is saying, let's go over here and put that angle little x and angle A are supplementary. Angle, that little angle x that we just found, and angle A are supplementary. Well, that should be useful, because we know how much x is, right? What is the measure? 60 degrees. So what do we have to do with that 60? What's Sammy? Yeah, we have to subtract it from 180. So we're going to say 180 subtract 60. Hopefully by now you're about ready to do that without having to line up vertically. Anybody know what 60 from 180 is, Paikia? 120. So we can now go up here and say that angle A is 120 degrees. Well, let's go right here then, because we just found the measure of angle A. We get to fill in that spot. But they still want C. Oh, it looks like they almost gave something away. They said, why are the measures of angle A and angle C equal? So they must have a relationship, the kind of relationship that makes them equal. What would that relationship be? Sammy? They're vertical angles. Let's write that right here instead of having to do it off on the side. Angle A and angle C are vertical. Well then, if angle A and angle C are vertical, yes, they are equal, and so then that makes the measure of angle C what? 120 degrees. Angle C should also be 120 degrees. So we have two spots. We'll fill it in our drawing and we'll fill it in on the line. Okay, those are the only ones they wanted us to find, and in the meantime, we had to find a spare one. We had to rename one X because we needed some more information to help us out, okay? Anybody have questions? You're going to take a quiz tomorrow, and there's going to be some of this stuff on it, so you got to understand how to do it without help. So now would be the time to ask. Could we, after we, I think really the only way to start this one was to find X, okay? But could we have found C before we found A? Do C and our little x, do they have a relationship? What are they? They're supplementary also, aren't they? So we could have started with C and found C, and then we could have said, oh, well, A is vertical to C, so that means they're going to be equal. It's going to be 120. So we may not all do it in the same order, but we're using relationships to help us get it. Okay, let's look at number 2. We have to find angle. The measures of angles B, C, and E were given G. Okay. Anybody got somewhere for us to start? Which one do you want to start with? IKEA?
C.
Angle C, okay. So let's look right here. Let's see, find the one where I'm going to guess that C because we know G, right? So we got to find a relationship. We got to find some sort of a relationship to G, the one we know. So that means if she thinks we can find C, let's go down here and say why they are equal. They say that the measure of angle C and angle G are equal. Do you agree with that? Because what kind of relationship do they have? They're corresponding angles. So angle C and angle G are corresponding. That makes them equal. Like they said, why are they equal? Because they're corresponding. So now we can go say that the measure of angle C is what? 45 degrees. It's the same as angle G because it is a corresponding angle to it. Okay, well, we got B and E left now. Anybody want to give us, next one you want to help us find? Which one can we do next, B or E? It doesn't matter. Which one do you want to do, Sierra? You want to do E, okay, so then that would mean we're going to look at this one right here where it says, why are angles G and E equal? Oh, so they're saying E is equal to G. Why would that be, Sierra? They're vertical. Okay, so angle G and angle E are vertical. So that means vertical angles are equal, so we know that E is 45 degrees. Now we're down to just angle B. What do you think we can do to get the measure of angle B? Well, if nothing else, you could look down here and see what question they ask us. I think B and C are what? Oh, do you guys agree? Katie says that angles B and C right here, angles B and C, he says they're supplementary angles. So they have to add up to what? Yeah, they have to add up to 180 degrees, so we're gonna put that angle, I'm just gonna do it all down here. Angle B and angle C are supplementary. They form a straight angle, therefore they have to add the 180, making them supplementary. So now what other work do we need to show? Do we know B or C? I think we're looking for B, don't we? Aren't we? Do we know C? What is it? 45, so what are we going to have to do? Got it, Derek?
Oh,
No?
no.
What are we going to have to do? Hello? They're supplementary. Together they have to add the 180. Angle C we know it's 45 degrees. What could we do? Okay. Yeah, we have to take that 45 away from 180 so that we know how much is left. So you might have to come over here and actually do the subtracting over here for this one, huh? Figure out what's 180 take away 45. There is 135. Anybody want to agree with it? Okay, we're going to go with it then. 135. So we're going to go here and say the measure of angle B is 135 degrees. We'll come up here and stick it in our drawing also. And then I'm just going to throw in a question that you don't have to write down, but I want you to be able to answer, and I think you should be able to answer me in 10 seconds tops. What would that angle measure be? 135. Why? It's supplementary to G, and what else? Corresponding to B. Yeah, good job. Okay. Questions? Let's go do some more practice. That's the way we're going to learn this, is just keep practicing. Okay, we need the measures of C and D. They're sticking up there a ways away from E. Oh, what are we going to do? Where should we start? Does E correspond with anything that we need? No. Is E vertical to anything that we need? No. Is E supplementary to anything that we need? No. Well, then we're going to have to pick on another angle that we don't need to help us get there. So where, on your paper right now, would you put it, mark the corresponding angle? You know what? Let's do it this way. Mark the vertical angle to E. Mark the vertical angle to E as X. Mark the vertical angle to E as X. So it should be right here, am I right? Okay. Do we now know what X measures? Wait.
Okay, I'm just a bit confused.
Okay.
Up and down is vertical. This is
Oh, I
oblique.
know, that is, I agree with you. Up and down, you know, north to south is vertical, but yet this is kind of like at an angle, isn't it?
It's oblique.
It's what?
Oblique.
Oblique, that's called. Oh, okay. So what the reason that they call them vertical is because their vertices match here, and we can draw a straight line. I don't even know how to explain that, but I agree with you why that would be confusing. But so here's what you need to think instead for vertical angles. Okay, not vertical lines, but vertical angles. Their vertices have to meet together. They have to share a vertex. Okay, and they can't share any sides though. So these guys right here, see, those are the sides for that one, and there's its vertex. This is the vertex for the X, and here's its sides. Do they share any sides? Do they share sides? No, they don't share any sides, but they share a vertex. Okay, so yeah, vertical angles. I get why you're confused about that. So good. Good point. Okay, so now we are going to, now that we've marked this one X, we're going to say what relationship we're using here. What did we say? Angle X and angle E are? Okay, let's write that over here. So then that means we can say that X measures 92. So we're going to go over here and in our drawing we're going to say X is 92 degrees. Okay, well, how did that help? If I use the vertical angle relationship, we have to pick on either, it's not, that angle is only vertical to E, it can't be vertical to anything else. So we can't use the vertical angle relationship. So now we might have to look for a supplementary or a corresponding relationship. What do you think, idea?
It's corresponding.
It's corresponding to C. Yeah, look at here. We have C in that position and our X is in this position. They're both in the same position. So we're going to go over here and we're going to say that angle X and angle C are corresponding. And since they are corresponding, we can count on what? We can count on what? We can count on what if they're corresponding? They are equal. So that means it has to be 92 degrees, doesn't it? So we're going to say, okay, we now know that angle C is 92 degrees. Okay, well, we still need D. I think there's only one way to get D. Anybody know what that way is? Kira? Oh, because angle D is what kind of angle with what angle? We gotta state that. She wants to take 92 away from 180. Why? What kind of angles do we do that with? What are they called? Supplementary. So we're going to go down here, C and D, oops, I don't want that. C and D are actually, they form a straight angle. So let's go down here. It says, why do the measures of C and D add up to 180? Angle C and angle D are supplementary. Well, because they're supplementary, they add up to 180, and just like Sierra said, well then we're going to have to take 180 and subtract angle C's measure of 92 to get angle D's measure. So we'll come over here to the side and we'll say, what's 180 subtract 92? Pretty close. Thank you. What'd you get? 98. 98? You're close, but not quite there. Sierra, what'd you get? 88. What'd you get, Kate? 88. What'd you get, Wade? 82.
Oh, wait.
88? You want to go with 88? Yeah, it should be 88, class. It should be 88. So we're going to go and say that angle D measures 88 degrees. We'll go on our drawing also and put 88 degrees. Well, I'm feeling like right now if I made you find all the rest of the angles in that drawing, you can do it, right? We're not going to do it, but could you? Okay, we got one more to do. It's got a lot of angles, so we better get busy here. Okay, we are supposed to find A, B, C, and D. We know G. G is 165 degrees. Let's find a relationship that G has to one of those other four, because there is one. I want you to figure out what relationship does G have to one of these guys up here. Sylvia?
Corresponding to C.
It's corresponding to C. So we are going to go down here where it says C and G, and it says, why are they equal? Well, they're equal because why? Angle C and angle G are what, Sylvia? Corresponding. So that's the first one we'll find. Because C and G are corresponding, we know that they're equal. So that means C is 165 degrees. Okay, we got A, B, and D left. What do you want to do next? Hakeem? You want to do A, okay. So A and what?
C.
A and C. So A and C, oh, they don't have anything on here about A and C, so we'll have to write that one off to the side. So angle A and angle C are what kind of angles? Vertical. Okay. To have our justification, A and C are vertical. Well, since they're vertical, that means they're the same, they're equal. So that means the measure of angle A has to be what? 165 degrees. Okay, we're getting there. Here we go. We need B and we need D, so we can do one of those first. I'm going to highly suggest we look for a supplementary angle relationship. We know A, we know C. How can we use one of those to help us and the supplementary angle relationship? Caden? C and B are what kind? Do you agree with him, class, that C and B are vertical angles? They share a side. I don't think they can be vertical. What kind of angles are they? Supplementary. So let's go over here and write that angle C and angle B are supplementary. I'm going to run out of room, so I'll just put a hyphen there and well then, since we know they're supplementary, what are we going to have to do yet besides? Are supplementary angles equal? No, we're going to have to subtract from 180, aren't we? 180 take away 165. What does that equal? You go out and do subtraction on the side for me, Tyler. 15. Anybody want to agree with Tyler? It's 15? Okay, good deal. So we're going to say then that measure of angle B is 15 degrees. And we'll go put that in our drawing. Well, then the only thing left is D. And then we have this one question to answer here. Why are the measures of angle B and D equal? And D is the one we need to find yet. So what relationship do B and D have? Class? They are vertical. So angle B and angle D are vertical. Good news, we don't have to do a subtraction problem. We get to say measure of angle D is 15 degrees. Here we go. Remember what we said? A, B, C, and D all form a circle. So what should they all add up to? 360. We usually can jump to theirs and see if they do. We get them all marked up there. Add all four of these together and see if we get 360 like we're supposed to. We have all four angles. When we have all four, we can check ourselves out. Sierra got it, Ikea got it, Sammy got it, Eric, you got it, Tyler got it. Oh, we are good then. I'm feeling pretty good about our answer then. Okay, Let's get out a sheet of blue sleep paper, please. You now have 3 sets of notes